quite a number of well-intentioned editorial projects from local councils and other organisations simply fail miserably because some of the basic sort of care of duty steps weren't taken. The first one is approval. You've got to get approval. That makes sense. And you've got to get approval from the right people. I've seen instances where a council or a commissioning organisation may reach out with an idea of a story, and they'll reach out to someone who they know is Aboriginal, and for them, they may think, this is the council, they may think, well, yeah, we're reaching out to an Aboriginal person, therefore that person has the authority to approve the story and speak to the story. And that's not true. That sort of situation can actually severely compromise the Aboriginal person to whom you're reaching out. And it can, of course, totally derail the entire editorial process and future program. So identifying the appropriate person to whom you should be speaking and who will give approval for the story, that's number one. That's the really important thing. Because quite frankly, where in some minds you might think, well, yep, the story's right to go, there may be a lot of other things happening in the background within the Aboriginal community that actually dictate, well, no, this story can't be covered just yet. So patience is a big virtue when it comes to this. And patience, unfortunately, or lack of patience, is a common mistake. The other mistake that I often see is they simply send someone in to report on the story, and it may be someone within the council's communications team that simply has no idea of how to work with Aboriginal communities and peoples. And if a council does not have a person with the appropriate skills coming down to meet with Aboriginal people and start the conversations and start the stories, then the project is dead right from the start. So this is a different world. We really don't appreciate people coming down to our places, into our communities, and simply think that they have some right of entry just because they're going to report on something and because they perceive that they're going to give us something. No, that's an inappropriate approach. So that's a common mistake that I see, and it's really more common than many of you might think.